So yesterday, Sayadaw explained on the word Punya Kriya Vatu. And Sayadaw explained one by one, part by part in this word, and Sayadaw also explained on the meaning as a whole. So Sayadaw explained from both theoretical and practical aspects, so you have understood by now. The meritorious deeds that makes a person's life pure, clean, beautiful, and pleasant, and the meritorious deeds that should be done to satisfying full completion. So by doing these meritorious actions, that can beautify, that can cleanse your life. If you do them to a satisfactory level, then these meritorious deeds will become the cause to gain happiness and well-being. So that's why these meritorious deeds are things which everyone must do. So if one wants happiness and well-being, it is not enough just to wish for it, but you really need to work on these meritorious actions in order to get happiness and well-being. So this punya, the another definition of punya is Atano Karatasa Manoratan Puretiti Punya. It means that the person who does these meritorious actions practically, then these actions will fulfill the wish of the doer. That's why it is called punya. So if one wants happiness and well-being, you cannot get it for free. You need to pay some cost. So in order to get this well-being and happiness, you need to pay the price of saddha, faith and confidence, viriya, effort, sati, mindfulness, samadhi, concentration, and panya, wisdom. Only if you pay the price of saddha, viriya, sati, samadhi, panya, then you'll be able to get the happiness and well-being. So this punya kriya vatu, the basis of meritorious action, are things that people should value and perform, so that you will be getting good things. So in another way, this punya kriya vatu is also something that you should respect, you should cherish and value. That's why it is also called punya. So this punya kriya vatu, there are three in category. The first one is dana, giving away, donating, offering, and sila, observing precepts, observing morality, so that the person's body and speech will be blameless, pure and clean. So in order to observe sila, one should refrain from misconduct, and one should accumulate wholesome deeds. One should accumulate good conduct. So if one can refrain from misconduct and perform good conduct, then one is fulfilling sila. And then one can go on, by practicing sila, one can go on to doing high-class wholesome deeds, and one can make firm of these wholesome deeds. That's why it is called Punya Kriya Vattu. Then one can go on to practice the mental development practice, which can develop and cultivate both the mind and the knowledge, and it is called Bhavana. So in this way, Punya Kriya Vattu is made up of 3 main categories of Dana, Sila and Bhavana. But there are 10 kinds of Punya Kriya Vattu, and these 10 kinds will go into the 3 main categories of Dana, Sila and Bhavana. So Sayadaw will explain on the 10 kinds of Punya Kriya Vattu. So Punya is the meritorious deeds which makes the person pure and clean. So if there is Punya, then it means that it is free from pollutants and dirt and impurities. Only if one is free from pollutants and impurity, one will be having Punya. So these impurities and pollutants are lust, craving, or lust is a kind of greed, it's raga, and then being depressed, angry, aversion, having aversion, dosa, delusion, moha, conceit, mana, and then envy, jealousy, and then not having moral shame or moral fear to do misconduct, letting the mind go free, letting the mind go anywhere it wants to. So these unwholesome states of mind can make the person inferior, and also it can make the person degrading or having morally degraded. So these unwholesome states make the person's life impure and dirty. And if one indulges in these unwholesome states of mind, then one will be committing all kinds of transgression. So one should refrain from these misconduct and the unwholesome states of mind with moral shame and moral fear, and also with knowledge. So if one is able to refrain from these unwholesome states and misconduct, one is said to be subtracting or making less of these unwholesome states and the misconduct. And one should perform the opposite of this unwholesomeness, so that she will become pure and noble. So one should be performing the meritorious actions which are the cause to get happiness and well-being, and which is the cause to make the person pure and clean. So by doing thus, one is said to be adding or increasing the meritorious deeds in place of this misconduct. So by doing this punya, by stage and stage, one should measure how much one is subtracting the unwholesome states and misconduct, and one should also measure to which extent one is adding or increasing this meritorious deeds and wholesomeness. The mind that is associating with the defilements such as raga, dosa, moha, so this unwholesome mind will pull down the person to a lower state. That's why it is called adogamaniya. These unwholesome states can pull down the person so that she will become inferior. So the gravitation force of these unwholesome states are so strong that these gravitation force of these unwholesome states are even more forceful than the gravity of earth. So in order to struggle oneself out of this gravitation force of these defilements, one should have strengthened mind. One should be strong in order to free oneself out of the force of these defilements. So by struggling oneself systematically out of the force of these defilements, then one will become free from these force of defilements. So if one can struggle oneself out, one will be going up, and one will become uplifted. Kusala, wholesomeness, is called uttangamaniya, or in another word, it is also called visesagamaniya, because this wholesomeness can make the person struggle so that she will be uplifted to a higher state. And it can also make the person uplifted to a very special state. That's why it is called visesagamaniya. So all of the people, they do not want to be inferior. All of the people, they like to have high standards. So if one wants to have high standards, then one should free oneself. One should struggle oneself out of the force of these defilements. So by struggling oneself out of the force of defilements, one will be uplifted and one will reach a very special and high state. In order to uplift one's life, the worldly qualities cannot do. So these worldly qualities or worldly abilities cannot uplift a person's life. However, one may be well educated in the worldly education. This worldly education cannot free the person out of the force of defilements. However, one may be materially rich, but it will not uplift a person's life. Even though one is well off, well-to-do, she will not be morally uplifted if she cannot struggle out of the force of defilement. So, failing to free oneself out of the force of defilements, one will become inferior, low class. However, she may be educated, has power, or has material wealth, but if she fails to free herself, then she is inferior and low class. So in the Dhamma sense, these worldly abilities cannot make the person uplifted. So these worldly qualities and abilities cannot uplift the person to a higher status. But these worldly qualities, if you make a good use of it, it is beneficial, but it is not it is not good enough to make the person free from the gravitational force of these defilements. The human worldly happiness, the sensual pleasure are not listed as great pleasure or great happiness. They are not a special kind of pleasure. So people, they have this pleasure, sensual pleasure, and even small insects, they also have this sensual pleasure, worldly pleasure. So the worldly pleasure that the people are getting and the insects are getting, they are not much in difference. They are just ordinary kind of pleasure. It is not included in good pleasure or special pleasure. So in order to get the special kind of pleasure, one needs to purify one's body, speech and mind, so that the person will have complete happiness and well-being. So the base or the cause in order to get happiness and well-being is called Punya Kriya Vattu, basis of meritorious action. So in brief, there are three categories. The first one is dana. This dana is just a minor kind of this Punya Kriya Vattu. Only if a kind of action is pure and clean, then it is a must to do, and it will be the cause to gain happiness and well-being. So if a person is performing dana, whether small or big, how can one perform this dana in such a way that it will be pure? So this is the question that Saraji is going to answer. So this dana is relating to social help. So it is just a minor kind of wholesomeness. So if one is going to perform a dana, whether small or big, the money that she is going to spend on this dana, one should not be attached to what she is going to give as dana. So if she is attached in his or her belongings, she is not able to do dana. And if one does not want to share one's belongings with others, if one does not want others to receive, then there will not be dana. And if one does not know the benefits of dana, then she will not be performing dana. And if the person lacks the cetana or volition that will incite him or her to do the dana, then she will not be able to do the dana. So if all these circumstances meet, only if these necessary circumstances meet, one can perform the dana. So one should not have attachment on one's own money, that is to be spent for the dana, and one should have a good volition, good intention, and one should have the real wish to donate. If one is expecting personal gain or fame, that can be a result of the dana, then this kind of dana is not a pure one, and this dana is not free from the selfishness kind of greed. So one should not be doing this kind of dana, expecting personal gain or fame, which shows selfishness and greed. So if one is doing dana, he/she should aim for attaining Nibbana. So if by doing dana in the hope of attaining Nibbana, aiming for the Nibbana, he/she will be free from attachment, what he/she is going to spend for the dana. And by aiming for Nibbana, the person who is donating will not be expecting the personal gain or fame. So in this way, when somebody is doing this dana, aiming for Nibbana, he/she is free from attachment and also the selfishness. So in this way, the person is subtracting or making less the attachment over one's belonging, as well as subtracting or making less of this selfishness. So that's why this dana is called punya, and because it is something that must be done, it is also kriya. And by performing this kind of dana, one will have the benefit, one will be having the result of being wealthy until one attains Nibbana. So these results will be, one will get these results without being to wish for. So one should do the dana in such a way that one will be free from extreme kind of lobha and extreme kind of dosa. When doing dana, one should have metta, loving kindness towards the person who is going to receive the dana. One should not expect the kind of response that the receiver will repay as a gratitude. So when doing dana, one should have the intention of making others be well and happy. So in this way, every time one performs dana, one should do it with loving kindness, metta, wanting others to be well and happy. So performing dana is for the happiness of others. It is not for one's own good, but it's for others. So one should have this metta towards others, that when they receive this dana, they will be well and happy. So every time one does this dana, one should do it with metta, loving kindness. So if he/she performs dana with metta, every time he/she does it, then he/she will become the possessor of metta, possessor of loving kindness. He/she will look for the welfare of others. He/she will look for the welfare and benefit of others. So in this way, this person, when associating with others, this person will have patience, forgiveness, and sacrifice. So just by doing dana with loving kindness, these wholesome states such as patience, forgiveness, and sacrifice will also follow. So by having this patience, forgiveness and sacrifice, people will think that he, she is losing, but actually he, she is having victory by having patience, forgiveness and sacrifice. Having patience and forgiveness, one is said to be having victory over dosa. Only by having victory over the internal enemy will there be genuine victory. So by having victory over external enemy is not a genuine victory, but winning or having victory of the internal enemy is a real victory. So one should do dana with loving kindness, metta, and also by doing dana with loving kindness, he, she will have forgiveness, patience. So in this way, he, she is also cultivating compassion towards others. One will have consideration for others. So one will think that if I am lacking something that I need, if I'm needing something, I will suffer. So in the same way, if others do not have what they need, they will suffer. So thinking about others' suffering, one will want to donate. So this dana is with compassion. So in this way, having metta when doing dana, one will be overcoming this anger and hatred, and by doing metta by doing dana with karuna, compassion, one is said to be overcoming cruel kind of dosa. In this way, by performing dana in such a way, one is said to be cultivating metta and karuna, and one is said to be overcoming extreme form of dosa. So the dana, which is based on metta and karuna, so the dana with metta karuna can make the receiver of this dana be well and happy. So by seeing the one who receives the dana well and happy, the one who performs the dana will also be happy to see others happy and well. So in this way, there will be mudita. Most of the people does not feel happy or satisfied to see others successful and well. So usually people have envy when he, she sees others prosper. And some people, most people do not want others to be as well as them. So in this way, many people have envy and jealousy towards others. By doing dana with metta and karuna, one will be overcoming, or one will not be having envy and jealousy towards others. In this way, he, she is overcoming envy and jealousy, and he, she will be developing mudita instead of envy and jealousy. So in this way, the person is also uplifting his or her life with mudita. So if one is doing dana, whether small or big, whether the person who receives the dana, however standard he, she may be, if one is able to do dana with humbleness, then this person is overcoming mana, conceit, and he/she will have metta mudita. He/she will have humbleness by donating, by offering dana with humbleness. So, doing dana with knowledge that good deeds will bring good results, bad deeds will bring bad results. So with this kind of faith and confidence, by doing dana with this faith and with this kind of faith and confidence, then there will not be any uncertainty or doubt. The certain uncertainty or doubt such as, if I donate, will I ever get these benefits and so on. So in this way, one will overcoming this kind of uncertainty and doubt by doing dana with faith and confidence. So in this way, by doing such kind of dana, he/she is subtracting or overcoming uncertainty and doubt. So the persons who do not believe in the benefits of the dana, they will have doubt and uncertainty that performing dana will bring good results. And the people who do not believe in next life, they will not do dana because they think that there is no need to do meritorious deeds that will bring good results in next life. And the persons who believe that after death there will be no more assistance. So people who have this kind of wrong belief will not do dana. Even if they do it, they will not do it systematically. So by performing dana with knowledge that these good deeds will bring good results, so doing this dana with knowledge, one is said to be overcoming this wrong view. So when performing dana, it is not like the kid sharing his or her snacks with others. So it should not be done that way. So performing dana should not be done like a child play or in a casual manner, but one should do dana systematically with a kind of knowledge that good deeds will bring good results and bad deeds will bring bad results. So this dana should be done with kammasakata samadhi, having the right view that one has one's own deed as possession. So doing dana this way with knowledge, he/she will overcoming uncertainty and doubt. So in face of uncertainty and doubt, knowledge will be substituting in the place of uncertainty and doubt. So the attachment one has over one's belonging, lack of metta and karuna towards others, having envy, jealousy, conceit, wrong view, these unwholesome states are shameworthy and frightening. And if one indulges in these unwholesome states, one will become inferior. Being inferior by indulging in these unwholesome states is also something that one should have fear and disgust. So one should have moral shame and moral fear from doing misconduct, by doing evil conduct, one should have moral shame and moral fear from doing misconduct. So having this moral shame and moral fear, one is said to be subtracting lack of shame and lack of fear. So in this way, by performing dana, one can also cultivate hiri and ottappa, moral shame and moral fear, to do misconduct. So you can see how even a single dana, if one does it systematically, how one will be accumulating all these wholesome states of mind. So this dana is pure and clean, that's why it is also called punya, and it can bring happiness and well-being. King Asoka said that dana is just a minor wholesomeness, dana is just a minor wholesome deed, but if one can perform this dana in such a way that it will become significant and powerful, then this dana can open the path of moral conduct. So by doing dana systematically, the path of good deed, the path of moral conduct, good moral conduct will open, and one will be overcoming the defilements such as lobha, dosa, moha, and so on, so that she will have control, so that his or her body, speech, and mind will be pure. So today, 1 hour is up, sociology will continue tomorrow.